Oh.
Yeah, we're on.
Didn't know you were recording.
Yep, we're on.
Okay, so we finally went to the P.O. box, and IL Knierim sent us a gift, I guess. So I'm gonna open. I already opened it up and peeked inside, but I did this just for show. And he put a note in here. He sent us something for me, Paige, and of course he sent something for Tim. But in case you didn't know, Jason makes some jewelry now, and he's doing some really cool stuff. But I like rings, so he made some rings for me and Paige.
Oh, that's gonna zoom real well.
I mean, look.
Oh, wow, that is cool.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, we had. I mean, look at that. You know, that's cute. They look like little roses. But anyways, unfortunately, they don't fit Paige. So.
Are they too small or too big?
They're too small.
Too small, really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's getting that big, huh?
Yeah, so I might send these back to him. I don't know what this is, so let me know what that is, Jason. I don't know if that's like a necklace charm, but I mean, look, these are really cool. They're really neat. I really like them. But my favorite is the bracelet. This is really cool. I like it. And unfortunately, Paige already claimed it. So I will send you money, Jason, for the bracelet. And he even included something really cool for Tim. It's a rag. And then, of course, on the back.
There you go.
Thank you so much. We're going to send you some money for the bracelet. And I'm going to send you some of these rings back. They're too small, so maybe you can sell them on your website or Etsy or whatever you have. But I really appreciate it. Oh, and can't forget, he sent me my stickers.
Oh, I like that one right there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wait. Yeah, and he does these. He didn't order them. He does them. He's so talented. So anyway, thank you for that, and we'll be in touch.
Camel's enjoying himself on the new deck.
With his bone.
With his bone. Video's coming soon on the deck. It's just not out yet. We got to finish it. Got to put the handrails on. Put the roof on it. So let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, welcome back to our channel. A while back, we did a video on sending out some soil samples, and we kind of slacked on that. We got them out and had the results for a while. We just kind of had other things going on. We never really got back to you about it, but we do have the results for both pieces of dirt that we're going to be using for a garden. I have in my hand, this is what we call the turkey garden, because that's where we raised our turkeys, what, 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago we did our turkeys. And then Trin's got the one for the main garden. Now we sent these out through the Institute of Agriculture for the state of Tennessee, the University of Tennessee. This is through our local agriculture extension office. We sent the samples over to University of Tennessee in Nashville, where they did all the tests on everything, and it's actually not as bad as I think we thought it was going to be. I think it's pretty common, the results. I mean, the phosphorus says it's a little on the high side. Potassium says very high. But calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, manganese, it all says it's within range.
And the soil pH.
And the soil pH was perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're high on a couple things. I think the phosphorus was some kind of like organic matter, which, you know, could be, because I mean, we did grow the turkeys. I had 10 turkeys back there for what, like 8 months?
Yeah.
So, plus the goats are over there.
Plus the goats,
yeah,
the chickens go back there.
Yeah, the chickens go back there. See, I could kind of see that. But it does tell you that, you know, different things to do to correct the problem areas that you have. But the thing that's different with this is they ask you what you're going to be growing in this particular garden. And that's what they're tailoring what your soil needs to make the specific crops that you want to grow there work. So, I mean, the results for this one, I guess the results would be, they're roughly about the same.
Yeah.
But the corrections are a little bit different, because the main garden is actually where we're going to grow most of our tomatoes this year. And this turkey garden is where we're going to grow everything else.
Because of rotation.
Yeah, last year
Yeah.
last year all the tomatoes were in the turkey garden. We're going to pull them out and stick them in the main garden this year.
Right.
Kind of rotate things around a little bit. So the main thing with a lot of these is nitrogen. We're definitely low on nitrogen. So we are going to look into getting that. But on here, I don't know if it's because this is the Institute of Agriculture or whatnot, but they give you some corrections. Well, I'll give you an example. It says, so the turkey says, vine crops, cantaloupe, cucumber, squash, watermelon, apply 15 to 30 pounds of nitrogen per acre. Now, we're not even close to an acre in either one of these pieces of dirt, so it's going to be way less than that.
We're not even on an acre altogether.
Yeah, our whole lot is only a hair under half an acre.
Sliver.
So we're gonna have to do some measurements. I mean, I have the measurements for the gardens, but it's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna have to figure that out. And of course, they say number one way to put nitrogen back in your garden is go outside and pee in it, but I don't think that's gonna work around here.
I don't think our neighbors would like that too
No,
much.
and there's kids running around. That's just not happening. Not happening. You know, but
That's not what that's not what our extension office told us.
No.
By any means, that's not.
No, but I did hear that there is going to be a nitrogen shortage this year.
Yes.
So I did hear that
too.
Nitrogen shortage, and I also heard that the fertilizers that they use for corn have gone up in price 400 to 500%. And basically, what I'm hearing now is there's going to be a corn shortage because farmers are realizing with these prices going way up on fertilizers, it's not worth it to grow corn. So they're all starting to switch over to soybean instead, and now there's a soybean seed shortage. So this summer, corn's going to go through the roof if what I'm hearing is correct.
Along with everything else.
Along with everything else. So that could get interesting because we don't usually grow corn because it takes up space and we're surrounded by farms that usually grow corn. We usually buy it from the local farmer.
And it's cheap.
Yeah, and it's not that much money, and it's locally grown. So, but I don't know. You know what? Around here, though, there'll probably still be corn. It'll probably just be twice as much.
You know, next time we get corn, we should record it. Because we buy a ton of corn and then process it here and then bag it up and save it for the winter, and it lasts us literally a long time. So we'll do it.
We usually buy, about 100 years, I want to say?
I think last year we got 120. So
120?
we got, I think it was...
Something like that, but...
It was a lot.
We ended up having... It usually lasts us the entire year, so...
Yeah.
By the time we get low or run out, it's usually when the next one's coming in.
Yeah.
So it's never been that far off, but that's what's going on in the turkey garden. You know, we're going to grow all different kinds of stuff in there. You know, so it's calls for different corrections for different crops. So I got to kind of just find an average and run with it. Nitrogen is really the only thing I think I'm that concerned about fixing. You know, the other stuff like the phosphorus, I think I read up on that. It said something about basically tilling the garden and then watering it like a ton to kind of wash it out.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, these samples were taken, but look what happened. A couple days ago, or was it a week or two ago, we had like 5 inches of rain.
Yeah,
and
we're
now
about to get another 5 inches of rain.
Yeah, it's going to start raining here any second. It's supposed to rain. It's Monday. It's supposed to rain until like Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to rain for like the next 4 days straight with another 5 or 6 inches. So the results from that might have actually already changed with all the rain we've had. So.
Well, yeah, it's never consistent.
Yeah, so I'll let you take off with yours.
I have this will be the tomato garden. So the new tomato garden. Because, you know, we do, I think this year we're doing about 100 tomato plants.
I have the
map. We'll show you we have a layout of each garden. And Tim's we'll wrap it up at the end with that.
Okay.
But, so in the same thing, the soil pH was good. The phosphorus was high, the potassium was high, everything else was great. I do want to add in that, I don't know if you guys go through your local extension office for soil samples, and actually a friend of ours, Yogi Hollow, just did a soil sample recently.
Hey, you know what?
Wait. I do want to say that the way when she showed it on screen, it was a lot more user friendly to read. This is by any means not user friendly to read. It is something that was emailed to me. It wasn't a nice, cool graph. So I really, but every place is different. But I do want to say that one that Yogi Hollow used, I can't remember the name offhand, but it was a lot more user friendly to read than this. But every place is different. And
I want to get one of those from Yogi Hollow and send out a sample and compare the two.
Compare it. I was going to say the same. Yeah. I was just about to say the same.
Because I have heard of people getting results from two different places and
yeah.
getting opposite answers.
Yeah, completely opposite, solar opposites.
Yeah.
You know
what though? This from the Department of Agriculture, I think is geared more towards large scale farming.
Yes. Now for us, all we have to do for the tomatoes is. It says apply an additional 30 pounds of nitrogen per acre. Again, he's got to...
we got to calculate that down.
We got to calculate that, yeah.
Quite a bit down.
As a side dressing, when first fruits are 1 inch in diameter. And that actually, I think, would help us a lot. If anyone remembers last year, we had blossom and rot. And maybe this will help us, because everything grew fantastic until the fruit started forming. And that's when we started running into issues. So... I'm hoping this nitrogen will help us, and then same with the peppers, same 30 pounds of nitrogen per acre, when the first fruits are on. So all in all, I think we're doing okay. I think our soil is not bad. We do try to add compost and,
the
goat droppings.
The problem with the compost is we would like to buy a whole trailer full of it, but I don't know where to get it.
Yeah, if anyone knows where we can get a trailer full of compost
in Northwest Tennessee, I'm not driving 200 miles for compost.
I'll put it out on Instagram, but that's good. If anyone does know that, or even if it's southern or southeast Kentucky.
No, that's too far.
No, it's not that far.
I don't want to go any more than an hour from my house
Arkansas.
to get compost, so that's.
Well, anyways, in the Northwest Tennessee area, that would be great because we could use it in our garden.
Yeah,
and it'll help us.
It's just, we compost our stuff, but I don't create enough compost to deal with the two gardens we have.
No.
We don't have enough compost. I mean, you can put stuff in there all year long, and when it breaks down, it's not really a whole lot.
Although this coming year, I think we're going to try the cover crop. We never did that, but I think we're going to do that because we'll add nitrogen back in.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so next
fall
when we wrap up the garden, we'll
have to research
crop.
that. If anybody knows what good cover crop will add nitrogen back in,
yes,
let us know because I'd be interested in that too. But,
yeah.
So I do have the map for what we're going to grow sitting on the fridge over there.
Well, let's pause this and then
we'll just leave it on. You can edit it.
Okay.
You can close it. I'll do it. What are you doing?
Making faces at the camera. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you told me to do it.
Sorry. Alright, the camera's still on. Okay.
Well, we should bring the camera over here so you can see it.
No, let's talk about it first, then we'll bring the camera over and take pictures.
You are so right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so what I have here is we'll get you a close-up of this. After I explain it to you, I'll kind of do a screenshot of it, I guess, and try to stick it up there.
Yeah.
But it's looking like we got this all laid out. We're going to have 535 plants total. So it's looking like we're doing 10 zucchini plants, 2 okra. What is this? 8 with a question mark. Is that something
8.
we're gonna fill?
We weren't sure, but some of that's going to be loofah seeds from Simply Jam.
Yeah, that's right. We got lettuce, we got dill, we got 20 cucumber plants. Oh, then it looks like we're going to
try bush beans this year.
like 40 bean plants, it looks like.
Yeah.
40 of those. And then for tomatoes, it's not 100. I think I didn't write down how many it was, but it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 80, and it's like 115 tomato plants.
So we really didn't reduce from last year.
We reduced 20 plants.
Going to. Oh.
We did. We had 133 last year. This year we got 115. So almost 30.
But, we were exploding with tomatoes last year.
Last year, they actually, even though we had that problem at the beginning of the year, they got way out of control. Got to the point where, we tried using strings to hold them up. Well, forget that, dude. That didn't work. Those plants got so big.
Yeah.
This year we got cattle panels. We're going to clamp them to the cattle panels. Cattle panels are not going to bend or move, so I mean, last time it was like going into the jungle, man. Grab your machete and your machine gun and walk in there and.
But the cattle panels is what Living Traditions uses, and they have great success with it. So this year we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to cover, if to a certain point we're gonna be like, what do we do with all these tomatoes? I have all the sauce, I have the soup, I have crushed tomatoes, tomatoes everywhere. The remaining tomatoes, tell them what you were gonna do with.
Well, what we're gonna do? Well, it's not only tomatoes, but a lot of this stuff, like cucumbers, you can't really store those. I mean, you can make pickles, but how many pickles can you possibly eat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to can all the stuff we want for us once we have enough. Then I think we're actually going to do our own little farm stand out front, and we're going to sell off everything else. And Paige is going to keep all the money from that, and she's going to put it towards a truck. So when she gets her license, she's already got something to drive. Even though she's still 3 years away. But a couple summers of this, you never know. We don't know how this is going to go. She might make $100. She might make $1,000. I have no idea.
And she'll sell tomatoes, peppers, okra,
eggs.
Eggs.
Yeah.
We could sell eggs.
All kinds of stuff.
So Tim's going to make a nice little sign to put out on the highway over by us. Well, main road really, and hopefully Paige will make some money and be able to afford buying a truck, and she'll be set to go when she gets her license.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, yeah, this is actually a lot more than we could possibly eat. But you never know. I mean, last year we canned a lot, and we still have a ton of sauce and soup and everything else going on.
But you know what? I'd rather have more than not enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Go big or go home, right?
That's pretty much it. So I think that pretty much explains everything that we got going on. So
I'll take a picture of this and put it up at the end of this video.
Yeah, we also have 300 garlic plants that are already in the ground. It was in one of our previous videos.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's the rain or the cold or what. They got, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches tall. But they're kind of brown and kind of green. They're not looking that great, but garlic's pretty hardy. So maybe once it starts warming up, they'll come back.
Well, I think we had that ice storm. They were doing great until that ice storm, and I think that ice storm kind of destroyed them a little bit.
Kind of knocked them down a little.
We'll see what they do, and hopefully they're better than last year's crop, but,
Well, yeah, last year they were just small, but they still worked. But
yeah.
The year before, the first year we did garlic, we did, I think we did, what did we do, 100 that first year.
Mm-hmm. And those were good size.
Yeah, those were good size. Last year we did 500, and they were probably half the size of what we had the year before. This year we planted it in a different spot, though. So
they got choked out by a lot of weeds, too, though.
Yeah.
But we're in a different, the garlic's in a different location now. But we did have that ice storm, but we had one last year, So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Gardening's always a crapshoot. You can have a great year one year, and the next year you got nothing.
Right.
You don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen. Tornadoes, ice storms, goats. You never know. What if the goats get in the garden one day? They could devour the whole. There's 5 goats back there. They could mess that up real quick in a couple hours if you're not looking.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So. I think that's about it for this video, though. So I think we got everything that's going on with our soil sample, kind of our blueprint for our plan to lay out the garden. Jason at Illinois Knierim sent us some stuff, so I think that's it. I think we're going to wrap this video up, and we'll catch you on the next one.